Coming up, Disney settles a class action lawsuit with the visually impaired. There's a joke in there, but I'm not going to tell it. Major facelift is rumored for Downtown Disney. There's a joke in there too, but given Disney's history with that particular part of property, I'm guessing the joke is on us. And Epcot cancels their Segway tours as helmet-wearing tree huggers across America shed a tear. All that and more coming up live on this edition of the Diz Unplugged. This is the Diz Unplugged, episode number 574 for the week of February 19th, 2013. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com, experts in helping you plan the perfect Disney Cruise Line vacation, which is vastly better than a Carnival cruise, if for no other reason than you're far less likely to deal with no showers, overflowing toilets, and sleeping in hallways while you sit helpless and adrift at sea for 4 days with no food. DreamsUnlimitedTravel.com. We believe you should be able to eat and shower on vacation. Okay, I'm going to tell you the original that I wrote was far better than that.
I could see that.
It was so good, but I thought better of it.
I think that's one of your best so far.
You know, and that was last night. Because I didn't have nothing was coming to me, and then last night. But welcome to the show, everyone. In addition to our new show, we have Kathy and Teresa got a chance to experience the new reimagined Habit Heroes at Interventions at Epcot, and we have a great video package to go along with that Craig Williams shot yesterday. You do not want to miss. We're also going to be taking phone calls this week, asking our listeners to tell us about their must-do thing every time they visit Walt Disney World. And just a reminder to those who are watching us live, the call-in show will not be broadcast live, but it will be videotaped and released along with the other shows we're doing this week. We don't trust you. We don't trust you to put you live. We'll work on that, though. We'll work on that. But all right, housekeeping. Next week, we are reviving our email and voicemail shows. So if you have a question or comment for the team, you can email them to podcast@dizunplugged.com. I want to note that is a different email address than what we were using for a while. It is podcast@dizunplugged.com where you send your emails. Or you can call us toll-free and leave us a voicemail, 1-877-310-9662. If you're outside the United States, you can call direct 407-574-5093. But the best way to send us a voicemail is to record it on your smartphone and just email it to the podcast@dizunplugged.com. That sound quality is much better. Yeah. So we are also going to be, if we use your email or your voicemail on the show, we're going to give you your choice of a Diz Unplugged t-shirt or a pin and lanyard. And once a month, we're going to select someone randomly from those people who we used for content and give them a shot at the almighty Prizematron, which we're getting ready to redo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're getting ready to redo the Prizematron. Some cool new prizes we're going to put in there.
Cool.
Time to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially when John's not here.
It's the best time.
Stop fondling the Prizematron.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, do that on breaks.
Touching Pete's business.
Now, and also for those of you listening live, if you want to call in to the call-in show, 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time, 877-845-0054. Tell us what your favorite thing to do is, your must-do thing at Disney World is each time you visit. Also want to send out congratulations to our Diz Unplugged Disneyland team for their second anniversary of their show.
Wow.
Yay.
It's been 2 years.
It was longer than that.
Nope, been 2 years.
2 years.
That's awesome.
We just wanted to send out their congratulations to them. You can check them out, DizUnplugged.com. Just click on the Disneyland edition icon, which is now very prominent, very obvious. Thank you
as
for
it should
that.
be. Yeah.
Thank you for that redesign. And you can check out their show. Great group of people. And very excited because some of us are going to be out in Disneyland very soon.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's gonna be
So
fun.
exciting.
It is.
My first time.
I know. Sean's first time. It's going to be
Really?
Craig's
Yeah, I've
first
never been.
time in a very long
Wow.
time.
I think I'm more excited to see Sean and Craig's reactions
I'm gonna freak out.
than being out
Yeah.
there.
You're gonna cry.
Dustin,
I will.
Dustin hasn't been working for us for a year yet. This will be his third time in Disneyland.
Exactly, yeah. But it's been a while since Cars Land. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you were out there last May. We were out there, and then you went out for Cars Land in June.
Right.
And now you're going out again, and then you'll be out again in June for the Backstage Magic.
Which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
Special, aren't we, Dustin?
We are special. Thank you, Teresa.
Also, John asked me, John and Kevin couldn't be here today. They have friends in town, and they weren't able to join us. But John did ask me to mention the Diz Cruise coming up on the Oasis of the Seas, August 24th through the 31st. We have some great rates still available on that sailing. I mean, we're talking like $2,300 for two people total.
Wow.
So some great rates on that. Be a fun cruise. Going to be very different than our normal podcast cruises. But if you have not seen the Oasis of the Seas, you must check out this ship. It is ridiculous how beautiful it is. Huge.
That's what I'm looking forward to most, is just to see how huge. I want to see that courtyard that...
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. You can't believe you're on a cruise ship. I mean, it's insane. But that's Oasis of the Seas with the podcast team, August 24th through the 31st. Also want to make sure we plug the New Jersey Diz Meet to help raise money for Give Kids the World as part of our Power of 10 campaign. That's going to be happening April 26th through the 28th in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Most of us are going to be there. I don't think John and Kevin can make it because they're going to be traveling. But the rest of us will be there.
We're even bringing the kids.
Oh.
So who wants to watch them while we record?
Oh, really? You're gonna
I'll bring my kids to watch your kids.
Okay, awesome.
We are going
School.
to be recording a show live from that meet. And so if you want to get a chance to meet the team, you're in the New Jersey area, you want to help raise money for an awesome, awesome cause. April 26th through the 28th in Bridgewater, New Jersey. One last thing for me in housekeeping, I wanted to mention this. I saw it on the boards, and we were talking about FastPass Plus last week and some of the changes that we think may be coming. There's a very interesting post on the boards from a poster's name is Not So on the Theme Parks Forum, and they wrote they had an amazing trip recently. Crowds were much higher than normal for this time of year, but what they wanted to warn about was anyone going between now and the time that FastPass Plus is implemented to be careful when getting on any of the standby lines, especially in the Magic Kingdom. As others had mentioned, they seem to have upped the number of Fast Passes for every attraction, and we're letting in roughly one party of standbyers for every 10 to 30 Fast Pass people.
Wow.
So we had wait times jump several times, even on low crowd days. The worst was Friday morning, when the 20-minute wait posted for Jungle Cruise ended up being 90 minutes.
Wow.
Same thing happened during Extra Magic Hours at Space Mountain last Sunday. Went in with a 15-minute posted wait, got on the ride over an hour later. And both the Lines app and the My Disney apps were consistently way off in wait times.
Tweak and adjust, tweak and adjust.
Yeah, but you know, we've been hearing about the crowds being a lot heavier.
The crowds have been awful. I had friends in town this past weekend, and so I spent about 3 or 4 days in the parks, and the waits were horrendous.
Well, I kind of expected this weekend because it's President's Week.
It was worse than New Year's. This is the most crowded I've ever seen Magic Kingdom
Well, well, especially Magic Kingdom.
because of Fantasyland.
Fantasyland.
Yeah.
Fantasyland really has had that big an impact on crowds. It really has. And you know, understandably, it's a great area, not large enough to absorb the crowds that are coming in for it.
Yeah.
And then you add this to it, you know, so they're tweaking and adjusting for FastPass Plus, but you know, it's bad enough the crowds are high as it is, but you see a 20-minute posted wait time and you're online for 90 minutes, I mean, you're going to have a lot of seriously pissed off guests.
Yeah.
So just anybody who's traveling in the next month or so, we're not sure when they're actually going to really implement FastPass Plus. We keep hearing March, April, June, who knows. But until they do, please be aware of this, that your wait times on standby, if you're not using FastPass, don't believe. You may not want to believe the posted wait times. So I just thought that was an important thing to get out since we had that discussion last week. Anything else for housekeeping?
I do. I want to say congratulations to my sister Anna. Last week she was the recipient of a very prestigious honor that select cast members get worldwide. She was awarded with the Legacy Award. For those you don't know, the recipients of the Legacy Award are selected by their leaders, direct reports, and or their co-workers. These are individuals who consistently dream, create, and inspire each day by supporting the business objectives and goals of the Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. So, congratulations, Anna.
Well deserved, Anna.
Yeah.
And also for people who don't know, the way you can tell that somebody is a recipient of this is they have blue name tags. So
Oh, wow,
they
I didn't
didn't
know
just
that.
buy these in the store.
This is a really big deal.
Mm-hmm.
This is great.
It's an honor. It's an honor. She's a model cast member.
Oh, she really is. She's love Anna.
So congratulations, Anna. And also, I've been getting a lot of emails asking. I talked about the char crust that was on the mistake at Shutters. It's called char crust. So charcrust.com. That's it.
Yeah, and Teresa just pointed out to me, and I realized it as Corey was talking about Anna's award, that I think this is the first time ever in a show that I didn't announce everybody at the table. I didn't introduce everybody.
We were too busy talking about Carnival.
Yeah, I was. You were mesmerized by my humor, but Sean, Kathy, Teresa, Corey,
Wow.
Dustin, Craig.
He had to do those switches really fast.
Yeah, well, he's got it down now.
Yeah.
I mean, he would sit in here like before we would do that and practice like switching. But okay, anything else for housekeeping?
Oh, I just wanted to say that thread where we talked about the things we created in the
With the cricket?
yes, that other people are suggesting other types of equipment. Mine wasn't meant to endorse just that particular type. That's
Just
what
what
I
you
had at
use.
home. What I had at home. You know, you're free to buy whatever machine you want and create them.
Right, yeah, we have no relationship
Right.
with any of these companies, so just using what we have. Mm-hmm. Which I swear to, I'm really going to break down and buy one.
Oh, good Lord. Don't
I
do it.
did buy the photo printer, and you should see the pictures I am printing off that Epson. It's the R3000, I think.
And what are you doing with them after you print them?
I'm going to frame them. Like, so, I mean, these are the, like, I'm going through, like, looking at the pictures that I really like. Like, I did this high dynamic range photo of Phantom Manor, Disneyland Paris, that just came out amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so I printed that on the 13 by 19 paper. So I want to have that matted and framed. Because
It's nice to see your photos come to life.
It is.
We live seeing our photos on the computer.
Right, exactly.
And it looks so good. I actually had to ask Pete if it was something that he shot because it looked something that
Wow.
was professional.
'Cause
It's like great.
I can't believe you would actually take a picture that good.
Really?
Thank you, Craig. That's a great way to get on my good
I know
side.
you're a great photographer. It was stunning how good it
really
looked.
is.
He's so new, he doesn't know yet.
And that's one of those things that nowadays everybody keeps them on their computer. You really should print some off and keep them so the next generation has some paper photos to look at. And then you also, you know, if you happen to lose them on your computer, you still have the paper version.
Right. God forbid.
Our kids will be passed down with a USB.
Yeah, really.
Right. But seriously, my first child, there's all kinds of paper photos, but now along comes Stella, and there's very few because, you know, go look on Facebook, honey. That's what you look like. You know?
All right. Anything else for housekeeping? Then we're going to turn it over to Shawnee with the news.
All right. Yes, I have to do news again since John is out. So
Wow, that's so apologetic.
Yeah, sorry, guys. John's not here.
I know you're disappointed.
I prefer your news.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Wow. That was a compliment.
How long before John hears that on Twitter?
Oh, I already tweeted him.
Too late.
All right, our first story, yeah. Disney settles visual impairment class action lawsuit. 9 months after settling, the court approved the class settlement, which was settled in April of 2012, and dismissed the lawsuit, originally filed in 2011. In their lawsuit, the guests alleged that Disney's U.S. theme parks and its websites failed to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act and California law. The settlement affects Disneyland, Walt Disney World, their websites, as well as the website for Disney Cruise Line. It also resolves the claims in each of the 4 revised classes, which are Effective Communication Class, Website Class, service animal class, and infrastructure class. A few of the required changes will be braille maps in the parks, large changes to all branches of the Disney websites, more in-park areas for service animals, and other various theme park issues.
Well, this was a blog written by one of our Dis Unplugged contributors, Jack Bergen, who's joining us on Skype right now from Knoxville, Tennessee. Jack is an attorney with Kramer Racing LLP in Knoxville. And thanks for joining us, Jack. I appreciate you coming in.
Happy to be here.
And it's really nice to be able to talk to a lawyer without getting a billable hour.
Oh, just wait.
Jack, this story had me interested because, Disney's a target for class action lawsuits.
Yes.
And one of the things I thought was really interesting about this one is that part of the settlement prevents, to correct me if I'm wrong, but part of the settlement prevents another class action on this issue being brought.
Right. And that's part of the reason Disney wanted to settle this. They're making extensive changes to the parks, the signage in the parks, and adding some things and extensive changes to the website. And so they want to buy that piece that comes with not having anybody else sue them, claiming that the changes they're making is somehow not adequate to comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Does this preclude an individual from suing them on that basis, or just a class action?
Partly. It definitely precludes any class actions on these issues. It also precludes people from bringing claims for statutory damages. For instance, California's disabilities law permits a statutory damages claim, I think, of about $4,000 per violation. Those claims are prohibited. But on the other hand, if somebody feels like they individually have been discriminated against because of their visual impairment, then they can bring their own claim against Disney and seek damages. They can't try and get any injunctive relief as part of this.
Okay. Personally, when I hear a story like this, just knowing how far above and beyond Disney normally goes in dealing with anybody with any issue regarding disability. I mean, we've talked about it before, that they usually exceed the ADA in terms of what they do. So I hear a story like this, and I have to wonder: is it, not being visually impaired, not having anybody in my family or my friends who deal with that issue? I don't know, but I don't know. It surprises me that they would be that far off the mark with an issue like this.
Well, I'm not really sure they were. I mean, one of the things I said in my last blog post that one of the moderators on the disabilities board corrected me, Sue, great moderator, was that there already were signs in the park. The one behind on the monitor there behind you, Pete, there were signs like that in the park for quite some time. And at the same time, Disney doesn't need the bad publicity that comes from a disabilities lawsuit because of the reputation it has. And as a matter of fact, part of what Disney's agreed to in this settlement goes beyond what the court would probably have been able to order them to do had the plaintiffs won.
Okay.
So, they're using this as good PR. I suspect the most costly part of this are going to be the changes to the website. But Disney's, as we know, is in the process of revising its website.
Well, and Disney can't make the website work for people without visual impairment.
Yeah.
So I don't, really. If this lawsuit fixes that problem, then God bless them. But that's kind of what I was getting at. That this class action was more, and forgive me, I don't want to get any emails on this, but it kind of looked to me like this class action was more about Disney being an easy target than being a fair target.
Well, that's certainly the case. Disney is a target, like I think we talked about with the Segway lawsuits. People sue Disney for the publicity. The lawyers that like to take these cases know that they're going to be able to issue a press release. There was one issued in this case, and it'll get picked up by the news media, and they'll get some free publicity out of it. So yeah, it's just normal. It's expected, and people plan on it when they sue Disney.
Do we know what the dollar amount of the settlement was?
Well, there really isn't a dollar amount per se. This really commits Disney to make changes that will help people with visual impairments.
Okay.
But Disney did agree to pay the plaintiff's lawyers
And there we have
about
it.
$1.4 million and another $100,000 on top of that to pay for their costs.
So they had a nice payday. The
They
lawyers
had a
a
very
nice
nice payday,
That's
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. So the members of the class don't get any monetary award from this, just the changes that Disney is going to make. That's what the class gets. The lawyers walk away with $1.5 million.
I do think that the two people that remain as class representatives get a relatively small amount of money. I don't remember the exact amount. I think it's on the order of $10,000 or so.
So lunch at
each.
McDonald's, in other words, in comparison to what the attorneys are getting. They're getting lunch at McDonald's. But it's just when I saw this, that's what kind of stuck out to me was that, look, we criticize Disney in any number of ways for any number of things, but it was always my feeling that on issues like this, they really just go above and beyond. And, I've told the story before about Skip Potter, one of our good friends and a listener to the show who has cerebral palsy. And when he told me the story about how, Disney World was the only place, because he's bound to a wheelchair, that Disney World was the only place where he really felt free, that there were no barriers for him. Any place he wanted to go, he could go. And I've heard that repeatedly from people dealing with various disabilities, how welcoming and how inclusive Disney was. So when I see something like this, it just, and again, I'm not visually impaired. I don't have anybody I know or I'm friends with is visually impaired. So I don't know. Maybe there were changes that needed to be made. I'm not saying there weren't. Just saying that from my perspective, it kind of smacked of, publicity grabbing.
Yeah, there's certainly an element to that, but there's also, and honestly, if you look at some of the things that Disney committed to do, put kennels beside, I think there are 4 rides in each of the major parks in Orlando that service animals can't go on. The 3 mountains and one other one, for instance.
Okay.
They're putting kennels at those rides so that service animals can stay in the kennels while the guest rides the ride. And, there's not a lot. The website changes are pretty extensive, but again, Disney's already changing the website.
Yeah, well, like I said, we could spend an hour on that topic. But, all right, Jack, thank you very much for joining us. Jack Bergen in Knoxville, thanks so much for the blog, your contributions to the blog, and for coming on the show and taking time to talk to us.
Happy to do it. Thank you very much.
Take care, Jack.
See you, Jack.
All right,
Bye,
thanks,
Jack.
Jack.
Bye-bye.
All right, so our second story is Comcast becomes sole owner of NBC Universal. Comcast will now be the sole owner of NBC Universal, the parent company of the Universal theme parks. Comcast has already owned a 51% stake in Universal, but has announced that they are purchasing the remaining 49% from General Electric at a cost of $16.7 billion. The deal should be done by the end of 2013's first quarter. They've had this acquisition in their plans for some time, but this deal will help speed things along. The Comcast chairman and chief executive officer Brian Roberts said, "Our decision to acquire GE's ownership is driven by our sense of optimism for the future prospects of NBC Universal."
I want to just point out how stunning this is. A cable company just bought NBC. A cable company just bought NBC. Think about that for a second. Rewind 20 years and ask yourself if that sentence could be spoken out loud. This is about the ownership of content.
Right.
This is about the ownership of content. And what you're seeing, and I'm really noticing it as, Amazon, Netflix in particular are getting really aggressive with creating content that is designed to bypass traditional television.
Oh, yeah.
HBO and Showtime and the sorts of content they're creating. But Netflix in particular just released a few weeks ago their first original series called House of Cards with Kevin Spacey. If you haven't seen this, go see, watch.
I still need to see it.
Yeah, me too.
It is, but what's really cool is it's designed to be watched in a marathon session. The 13 episodes all released at once. No more of the one, episode a week.
Yeah.
And it really worked that way.
Now, this is a new thing with Netflix having original content now. Of course, they're going to be picking up Arrested Development as well.
Can't wait.
That's going to be fantastic. But this is, like you were talking about, is kind of a mark of how we ingest our media now, and that's on demand. It's people, even the people that do have cable, they have DVRs. They don't watch it at those specific times when it airs anymore.
Well, some of us do, but
but a lot of people don't.
I do have other things. I have Netflix, and I'll sit there for longer than I should.
I know,
watching episode after episode.
Just one more episode.
Really?
Yeah, it really becomes an issue. I mean, it's a problem.
It's a big problem because it's cutting into my work time. So it's like, okay, I'm trying to.
I'm making note of that. The aspect of them buying this also in terms of Universal should send a chill down Disney's spine. Comcast came out of the gate swinging with Universal in terms of the amount of money they are pouring into expanding and developing that property. And, what was it? A couple of years ago, we heard Tom Staggs say that no more major capital investments. And it seems like every time we turn around, there's another $1 billion being spent. This is why. This is why, because the guys up the road got a new checkbook, and it has a lot more money in it. And Comcast has just been pumping extraordinary sums of money into Universal. That's great for us. Because we win. We benefit at the end of any battle between Disney and Universal. Poor SeaWorld. I don't know. It really is going to become a problem for them because they're simply not going to be able to invest at the level that Disney and Universal are. And, there's already a gap between Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld. Yeah. And that gap is just going to widen as a result of this. I hope it doesn't widen to the point that SeaWorld becomes tenuous. But
SeaWorld doesn't rely on those intellectual properties, like Disney and Universal. They
true.
They're more about conservation and then having those original roller coasters.
Well, now that it's Comcast that owns it, I think you're going and owns NBC Universal. I think you're going to start seeing more first-party intellectual property. In other words, intellectual property they own being developed in the parks.
So, like something based on a television show, maybe at Universal,
or film. I think you're going to see them start developing. Right now, Universal is beholden to so many third-party IP holders. It's not funny. Most of the stuff in their parks, they don't own the intellectual property for.
Right.
Wizarding World of Harry Potter is a great example. What they have to do to put out a flyer is ridiculous.
We saw the small side of that just from hosting a party there.
When we hosted our party, the number of things we were not allowed to do because it had to be approved by Warner Brothers. Disney doesn't have that issue. 95% of what's in Disney parks, they own the intellectual property for. And don't underestimate what kind of competitive advantage that gives Disney over Universal. So when I see somebody like Comcast or an organization like Comcast, they bought NBC.
Yeah.
They bought NBC. That's a stunning thing. Now, right now, of course, NBC is like the number 93 network. And unless they're going to develop a ride around the evening news with Brian Williams, right now they don't have a lot to work with.
Right through the news.
Because that's about the most successful thing on their air right now. But
which doesn't make any sense to me because I think they have the best programming on television.
I'm trying to think
I'm sorry,
what's jumping out at me.
Did you hit your head?
No,
NBC has the best programming on television?
I really do think that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have the best comedies.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec, Community. Well, they had The Office, but That's just
What's
my
their late
opinion.
night? What's their late night people?
Oh, Jay Leno.
Oh, is it Leno? Okay.
Jay Leno and Jimmy Fallon.
I do love
like
Jimmy
Jimmy,
Fallon now.
Love Jimmy Fallon.
Come on, when he sends
Could
out
do
his
with
little thank you notes.
So,
I do love Jimmy Fallon.
all right, yeah. Now this is going off the rails. Next news story, quick.
Okay. This one's really exciting. It's a rumor. Major facelift planned for downtown Disney. Plans for major changes to Walt Disney World's Downtown Disney were filed with South Florida Water Management on Friday, February 15th. The project, which has been dubbed the BVD Corridor Stormwater Project, consists of different phases.
Sounds like a sewage treatment
It
plant.
does.
What is BVD? Buena Vista District?
I thought it was a brand of underwear.
It is.
Isn't that a brand
It's
of
Buena
underwear?
Vista. It is.
Yeah, Buena Vista Drive District? I don't know.
It's going to be underwear and sewage treatment.
It consists of 4 different phases, the first of which will just involve groundwater
Briefs.
changes.
I said briefs.
Boxers.
Boxers.
Necessary for the updates. The following phases will include rebranding what is currently Downtown Disney into Disney Springs, which will include 6 different neighborhoods, each with its own design and look. The 6 neighborhoods are the Gateway, Town Center, the Springs, the Landing, and then the 2 existing West Side and Village Marketplace. In addition to all new dining and entertainment options, Disney Springs will bring in a brand new parking garage and a brand new transportation bus infrastructure.
Parking garage.
All new dining. Is that what you said? Mm-hmm. Whoa.
And entertainment. I mean, some of the stuff in these plans are staying.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of new things that they're planning on bringing.
All right. Well, first, let's give credit where credit is due. Parkrumors.com
Yes.
was the website that we saw this story on. They broke the story. So we want to give them credit for that. That being said, we've been here before.
Yeah.
We've been Hyperion Wharf.
Yeah.
We've been here before. Why this company that can make things like Fantasyland can't find something to do with Downtown Disney is beyond me. I hope this happens. I hope this happens. I think the timing of it, that a new vice president has just come in over that area. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he came from Disney Cruise Line, didn't he? And the guy they brought in, I think he came from Cruise Line.
Can't remember which one
If I
it was.
remember correctly. I even said I thought that was intriguing that they're bringing somebody from Cruise Line over there. I think that announcement coming, then this being leaked. Interesting. I pray to all that is holy that they actually do this.
I agree.
So I'm looking at the map. That's the entire Pleasure Island area we're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is West Side, Marketplace, Pleasure Island.
Yep. That's all the in color stuff is.
So it's the Pleasure Island stuff that's going to be the Springs.
And they would have a brand new parking structure, which would.
Thank you, God.
I was excited about the last announcement. I really hope this comes through.
Yeah.
I see Downtown Disney going in the right direction. With Splitsville, I think that was a great addition. I just hope they continue to move in that direction with a lot of entertainment and
But I
dining options.
find it interesting that it's not really involving the Marketplace or West Side, that it really is the Pleasure Island area.
And it also covers
that's
up a
fine.
huge area of parking lots. So they're removing some existing parking lots.
Building a deck.
And then building
So
a
they
huge
look, they built California Adventure on a parking lot. So Disney can do amazing things with parking lots. But it absolutely needs the parking garage in the worst
definitely.
way.
Oh, definitely.
The worst place on property to park.
Oh my gosh.
Especially the Marketplace.
Don't even
horrible.
bother going to the marketplace.
Don't even
I
bother.
park at Cirque du Soleil every time.
I
And
always
just
ignore those signs that say we're full.
Oh, I
You're
do
not
too.
full. All right, drive right past that.
Follow the guy around until he leaves.
Corey makes his own.
Rules.
I was going to say parking space, but okay. We'll go with that. All right, Sean, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and move on to rapid fire. Sean, we're going to let you go first.
Oh, okay. Registration for the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror 10 miler is now open. The price has increased by $45 this year. It used to be $90, but now it is $135. The event is October 4th through the 5th of this year. And it's a whole weekend, so there are 3 events on running events. So there's the 10 miler race, there's the Happy Haunted 5K, and then there are the kids races. And then that night there is a Disney Villains Hollywood Bash, which is like a big party afterwards. So when you're done running, you can spend the whole night in the park until 3 a.m. in Hollywood Studios.
Cool. Cool event. I said I was going to sign up. I haven't done it yet.
Haven't done it yet?
I think it's like 226 days. They had a countdown on their site, so you've got time.
Uh-oh.
You going to do it?
I might actually, if I'm here. Yeah.
Where are you going to be? Oh, yeah, really? Okay, that's right. Forgot about the conversation we had last night. Never mind. Thank you, Sean. Kathy.
Okay, following that, mine is about the St. Patrick's Day celebration. It's going to be happening March 8th to the 10th and the 13th to the 17th at Downtown Disney. They're going to have live entertainment plus authentic Irish food and drink. Will be featured both weekends at Downtown Disney. Enjoy the music of, and I've not heard of any of these people, but hey, what do I know? The Willis Clan, $3 Band, Creel, Windbreakers, Gersa. Jonna, you've heard of them?
No.
Oh, okay. Johnny and Justin, the Farrell Brothers, Elevation, Roots to Riverdance, and the Albanach.
Oh, Kathy, I want to see you clog.
Roots to
I would
Riverdance.
clog. I just don't know any of these people.
I want you to dye your hair green, get drunk, and clog.
On that little tiny stage inside.
That's right.
Yeah, you can
Where is
watch
it for
me
the
fall
little
off.
How much money do you think we could raise to Give Kids the World?
There's a railing.
It wouldn't be pretty.
Pat O'Brien's at Universal has a big St. Patty's Day celebration too. So if you're not at Disney, go there.
It's just those bands seem like every band name you've ever heard of that's playing like a local bar. You know, that's the kind of acts it is. But that's fine. That's
But you know
always-
what? A lot of those are good, though.
Well, I just got to say that as far as Raglan Road in general is concerned, that's what we're talking about here, right?
Yeah.
Raglan Road? Just making sure, because Corey's giving me a look like, what are you talking about? It was never a place I particularly cared for. I'd eaten there once, didn't like the food, never went back. And then when we did the Drink Around the World segment a few months ago, and we were there, and we sat at the bar and, got some food, and these guys were drinking like their asses were on
It
fire.
was research.
And I got to tell you, the food we had was really good. The bar food was excellent, and the atmosphere was fantastic.
It really was.
We went there. When did we do the FAM? November? And when we got there, they went, "Oh, you've got the good table." Where they're like, "What's that?" Well, right next to our table was where they come up and they clog.
On that little table about the size of this table,
Yes,
right?
we were right there. So I mean, you could see it. It
Wood
was.
chips flying.
I mean, you couldn't carry on a conversation, but it was a great place, and the food was good too.
I like it.
All right, thank you, Kathy.
Better.
Teresa.
Rumor, Harrison Ford to reprise role as Han Solo in new Star Wars film. According to the Parallel Universe blog published by MSN Entertainment, Harrison Ford is close to finalizing a deal to reprise his role as Han Solo in Episode 7.
He's also close to death.
At this point, Harrison's agreement to return in the series is all speculation, but if true, perhaps Mark Hamill, oh God, I hope not, who played Luke Skywalker, and Carrie Fisher, who played Princess Leia, won't be far behind. I could see this. I mean,
What, geriatric Star Wars?
No.
I mean, come on. Harrison Ford, God bless him.
Okay, he's
love
in
him.
his 60s.
Oh, I think he's older than that.
Oh, no. I think he's probably late 60s.
Okay, he looks like he's 85.
Well, Mark Hamill looks a lot worse.
Oh, I know. Rode
Mark
hard,
Hamill
rode
looks-
hard, put away wet.
Yeah, I know. I'm aging, but yeah.
No, time has not been kind to him.
But wouldn't you go see it though?
Oh, of course I will.
We'll see then.
Of
Okay.
course I will. Just if for nothing else than to laugh.
No, I like Harrison. He needs to take out
They'll
the.
have their walkers and their oxygen tanks.
So is this still a rumor? Somebody posted on Facebook that
It's
Good
a
Morning
done deal?
America confirmed that he was going to be in it.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Really?
So it's not a
Oh.
rumor, it's confirmed.
It's
Mark Hamill
confirmed?
kind of looks like
Ooh.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. I thought he looked like
That's not
Yoda.
saying much.
Not the
picture-
singer, the dish.
Look at the picture somebody posted on my Facebook wall. He looks like Yoda.
Who
Look,
does?
Mark Hamill. They put his little face. It's not pretty, but Ewan McGregor needs to come on back now. They need to bring Obi-Wan Kenobi back.
I don't know. The prequels all disappointed. I didn't think they were very good.
Really?
I didn't like them. Oh, I'm getting the look. I'm getting the look from my producer.
I think. Okay,
Go ahead.
No, the prequels are not nearly as good as the originals. Everyone knows
On
that.
any level,
On
in
any
any
level.
universe.
I think if they did it right, having Harrison Ford and maybe even possibly Mark Hamill could be good. Harrison Ford still has it going on. I mean, he's a good actor.
Does he now? He does.
But
Dustin.
but then
Dustin
I think back to the new Indiana Jones. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not as good.
You mean the
either.
crystal skull thingy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care
And
for that.
I just kind of wish that they would
Not age.
not age. No, I just come up with something new instead of trying to.
But he's married to Callista Flockhart, who's, I mean, she's beautiful. I've always thought, she's quirky, but she's absolutely beautiful. You know, I want to like ask her, what is it like sleeping with a raisin?
Oh man.
Hey, come on. You look at Callista.
He's aging naturally. He's not been injected with all this
But he's
crap
got
and
well, you know what?
Botox and
Okay, a little. Oh, we got it.
Live.
We got it. Finally, I was waiting. When was it going to happen?
Let's mark it
When
down.
was it going to happen? And it wasn't me.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't me.
Teresa.
And the chat room explodes.
sorry.
Did they catch that in the chat?
Oh yes.
Well, it's not like we didn't bring attention to it.
Yeah, really. It could have slid by there.
No.
But no, seriously. He's just naturally aging human being, right?
What are they saying in the chat room?
Oh, they just think it's funny. They said, "Oh, and you don't trust us."
Pooh.
Well, I mean, what do they think about Harrison Ford?
The women are probably for it if they're
Yeah.
being serious and
I think they're defending him actually.
See?
Yeah, they're on Teresa's side.
Okay, look. Switch to that picture.
Oh.
Switch to that picture.
That's
He
19%.
does not look like that.
Switch to him.
Well, he doesn't have all that hair anymore.
No.
At least.
He doesn't have all that face anymore either.
Okay.
I'm really busting out. I think Harrison Ford is awesome. I do.
But-
I love Harrison Ford. I've watched so many of his films. I think he's a great star. Whatever he's going to be in is going to be great. I really am just busting on him.
Okay. Well, Dustin, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Okay, you said you thought the original three were better than the.
I do.
Okay. Is it the storyline? Is it the production? What is it?
It's the writing.
It's the, okay. So it's the okay.
I mean, you can take a look at special effects, visuals, acting, whatever you want to look at. Overall, it's the writing that sets it apart. What happened in the prequels was George Lucas said, "I'm going to do everything," which was the worst mistake he ever made. Because the first one he wrote, he directed, and that was good for what it was. But then he brought in other directors and writers to do the Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. He did not do that for the originals, and quite frankly, once the prequels rolled around, he wasn't at the top of his game anymore.
Okay.
And so that's how I
well,
feel about
I
the
read
prequels.
somewhere where there's three. He had three more stories, and he passed them on to Disney.
Oh, that's a
Is
lie.
that a lie?
That's a lie. He never wrote a.
Well, never.
seventh, eighth, and
Maybe
ninth.
not. He wrote them, but maybe he just had the idea.
Yeah, he might have had an idea.
But they're bringing in, for the new ones, they're bringing in heavyweights. They're
Yeah.
bringing in heavyweights. So I think, right now this is Disney's to lose.
Yeah.
I think they've got the right team putting it together. And
I'm excited because I like Star Wars. I mean, I like the originals. What little bit I saw back in my childhood, and then when I recently got reacquainted and got to actually watch the new ones, I like the little storyline.
cool. All right, thank you, Teresa. Corey.
The Keep Moving, See the World, Share the Dream Segway Tour at Epcot has been canceled.
That's a bummer.
Stop moving, lose the dream, go home.
What is this photo?
That's me and Julie.
It's her and Julie.
Look at them,
Yeah,
all
him and
dreamy and
Julie.
happy.
That was in 2007 when we did it. We have no idea why they canceled it. They just canceled it, hopefully to come up with a new name. The Wilderness Back Trail Adventure Segway Tour is still going, so you can still do the tour. That's your off-roading Segway. But I thought it was great. I thought it was a great tour to see the World Showcase before the park opens up.
Right.
Wonder what
really
they're going
was-
to replace it with.
It really wasn't that hard to learn how to do it. It's a shame they got rid of that.
I put some feelers out to see why they canceled it. Nothing came back yet.
I always thought that was a good way to see the park early. I never did it myself, but I did do the interventions, the little 15-minute thing you do at interventions, and I think this is a loss.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had a blast doing it.
Bummer.
All right, thank you, Corey. Dustin Thomas.
Yes, I have that the Atlanta Braves are going to begin their spring training soon, and that is an annual thing that they do at the ESPN Wide World of Sports. Now, they do have some new stuff going on this year for the Atlanta Braves spring training. first of all, they have what they're calling the on-field spectator experience, which seems kind of
They throw baseballs
official.
at you?
Well, it's a
Yes.
very official name. The on-field spectator experience is a very official name for the kids get to run the bases after the game is over.
Well, that's cute.
But it is cute. Yeah, I think that will be.
Yeah, probably charge like $400.
Oh, you have to pay for it? Are you serious?
I don't know. It's not my rapid fire.
I think once you've gained admission to the training games, any kids can go up on
So
the
it's
field.
going to be a bunch of
afterwards.
children running like crazy all over the field.
There might be, yeah.
Hey, maybe we could see if we can go run the bases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I
And-
want to do.
Yeah, send a camera crew. Have a camera. I want a camera there with that.
The training is from February 22nd to March 23rd, and tickets range from $17 to $50, depending on where you're sitting. So you can either be down on the field or have the seats way up high. They also offer a 3-game mini ticket, which means you buy a ticket for 3 consecutive games, and that's $78. And that's there's different seating for that too. But I thought it was pretty cool that the Atlanta Braves are coming back yet again, and it's nice that they're involving the children now. So
Children.
Cool.
that's my rapid fire.
Thank you, Dustin. Gregory.
Nothing for me this week.
Nothing. Gregory comes unprepared.
He slammed your photography.
All-
now
I
he's
know.
unprepared. What
He's
is
just
that about?
he's on a roll. He's on a roll.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. We'll allow you to live this time. All right. Finally, this week, we're going to introduce a little something that John came up with called Disney or Didn't He? And basically what this is, John has come up with a series of quotes.
Oh, I thought it was like, did he die or didn't he die? Sort of thing.
Is he frozen or isn't he? John has come up with a series of quotes, and we are supposed to guess whether or not Walt Disney actually spoke these, or if he didn't. And of course, we'll take input from the chatterati
Oh, okay.
in the room.
Chatterati.
Well, yes, that's what we're
Okay.
going to call them now. They're the chatterati. I just came up with that.
Wow.
No, he didn't like just change like one word around to trick us, did he?
When he first told me about this, I thought it was going to be pretty easy, but they're actually kind of tough.
And I will tell you, other than Sean, because Sean's doing it for John this week, none of us have seen these. I have no idea. None of us have seen any
We
of
don't
them.
know the answers.
Do you have the answer next to the question?
I
there?
do, yeah. Kathy, you can't look on my screen.
Kathy's cheating already.
Dang, Kathy. I knew you were that type.
All right, so let's go ahead.
Yeah, so there are 2 examples at first, so I'll start with the first one. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
False.
True.
True.
That
Do
one
you
is
want us
true.
to like just yell them out, or what is this, Jeopardy?
I think everybody should give their answer, and then then we'll see who's right. and
Oh, yeah,
wrong.
that's a good idea. We should get the Jeopardy buzzers.
Well,
We
we
have
don't
to
have
get
the
buzzers.
buzzers,
Yeah.
so let's.
So that's a Disney. He did say that. And then the second one, magic is as magic does. That is a didn't he?
Forrest Disney.
Yeah, he did not say that.
Okay.
All right, so this is the first real one. Disneyland is like a piece of clay. If there is something I don't like, I'm not stuck with it. I can reshape and revamp.
He never said
I would
revamp.
I would say true.
I'd say false.
I say false.
False.
I'll go with false.
Revamp,
what
really?
What about the chatterati?
What are the chatterati?
It's a little tough doing the chat because there is a delay, so we'd have to wait for.
we have to wait 8 minutes.
Well, I don't think it's 8.
I'm sticking with mine.
It's hard to keep track
You
of
think
which
it's
one they're
real?
answering.
You think it's real,
I'm
Corey?
sticking with true.
Really?
I see him saying
Can
that.
you see him say revamp?
No.
I can't
say
see him saying
false.
that.
The rest of it I can see him, but not that.
Not.
That's a Disney.
Revamp's not a new
Huh.
word.
He did
Well, I
say
know.
it.
Did say this. Yeah.
When did he
Huh.
say it?
I have none of those details, so please.
Oh
be-
no, God, Teresa, was he?
Oh.
What was he wearing when he said that?
What does his hair look like? I have no idea.
What cologne was he wearing?
You can direct all questions to John.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay. Bring it on. What's the next one?
All right, the next one is, I love Mickey Mouse more than any woman I've ever known.
That's true.
I'm gonna say true.
Are you real? Are you
No,
really?
no, that is not true.
I think it's so bizarre that it could be true.
False.
But this is Disney we're talking about. I mean, he loves Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, but that's creepy.
He's,
No, that's false.
that is such a false.
That is false.
False. False.
All I can say is poor Lillian, because that's a Disney.
No,
Are you serious?
Really?
John is making this crap up.
These
We're
are
gonna
the
have to
answers she
Google
sent
these
me.
after.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. All right, so the next one is, ideas are our palette, magic is our canvas, and the audience is our muse.
Oh, that's fake.
I'm going with false again.
I'm saying
Yeah,
false.
false.
On that.
That's false. Our muse.
False.
Everyone says
Magic
false?
is our canvas. No.
No, he didn't say that.
False.
That's a Disney.
Oh,
That is.
Huh.
Okay, I
What
don't
is
like
he
this game.
getting me?
I'm losing.
I told you it was hard.
Yeah, 'cause
all right,
John
so
made
there
it all
are
up.
3 more. For every laugh, there should be a tear.
Oh, I believe
I'd
that.
say
but I don't know if
true.
he said that or not.
No, false.
True. Think of all the Disney movies. You laugh and you cry.
Yeah, but did he say that? Dizzy or dizzy not? I mean, whatever it is. No, that's
I'm
false.
going with true on
that's
that.
false.
true.
False.
False.
True.
That's a Disney.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh, Pete, I thought you knew Disney better than that.
Don't read his quotes.
Every night before bed.
You really study it like the Bible.
I actually have read a lot of his quotes because we try to pick quotes, Disney quotes for Ferris's Banner for the Buddy Walk each year. So
Okay.
I've read through a lot of Disney quotes.
They have a nice book out that just has it on different topics like education, movies, and
Well,
all
we
that
should
stuff.
have studied before this.
Yeah.
Well, can
get
we
a
make
copy.
it Walt Disney every week so we can all go read the book?
I figure if I answer false to everyone at this point, I'm bound to get one
You're
right.
gonna get one right. You'll hit at some point.
Okay, so we're not trying to entertain the critics. I'll take my chances with the public.
Oh, that sounds
that
real.
sounds
Yeah.
like
That
Disney.
sounds
It's
true.
true.
I'd say
But it's
true.
probably false.
That sounds true.
I'm gonna
so
say
it's probably
false.
You never know if it's a trick question. I'm say true.
I'm going to say
True.
false.
All right, that's a Disney. That's a
Oh
real
my
quote.
God.
I got one
Yeah.
right. Yay.
All right, and then the last one. Roy was always concerned with return on investment. I say beep the shareholders. Beep. That's a Disney. He said that.
No, that was Teresa, wasn't
No,
it?
he
That
didn't.
was me.
Yeah.
That one's totally fake.
That was me.
Wow. So they were all true? What fun was this?
There were 2 false ones, the example and then the obvious last one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so direct any criticisms to John. He'll revise for the next one.
Do we have any criticisms in the chatterati?
Yeah. Just, what are the chatterati saying?
Honestly, it's just a whole bunch of true, false, true, false, true, false. Yeah, we don't even know what they're saying true to. It's kind of hard to...
That's funny.
Did the chatterati like that?
I think they did. Yeah.
We'll find out in 5 minutes.
Well, how long is the delay?
It's
I'm
only
not-
a couple seconds.
I think it's a little longer than... I'm not sure. We'll determine it and find
We'll
out.
help take some to type it in. And
True. Probably true.
Well, I was really glad that John came up with this because we're trying to come up with we've been trying to come up with some things for the end of the show. I kind of decided I didn't like ending on rapid fire. That I wanted to have something else at the end of the show.
Something
we've been
fun.
trying some different things, and John came up with this idea, which I thought was great. He had another one which we may go with. It's dicey though because it could be really offensive,
no.
but it was going to be really
Ooh,
fun.
Tell us after the show.
No.
Oh.
It'll be a surprise if we do it. But, actually, why not throw that out to our listeners? If you have some ideas for a fun little thing that we can do
Boxers or briefs.
at the end of Boxers of Brief, at the end of each news show, and send it in to us. If we end up using it, we'll give you a shot at the Prizematron. You could win something like...
Ooh, give it to me. Ooh, give it to me. Ooh, give it to me.
Oh, that's a nice follow-up on that one.
Yeah, everybody wants that.
Well, I think there are some listeners who would... Never mind.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's not go there. Though we do have a couple of nights. Never mind. Go. Okay, move on.
So, yeah, if you have some suggestions, podcast at disunplugged.com. And if you give us an idea that we like and that we use, we'll give you a shot at winning something in the Prizematron, which, like I said, is about to be revamped, redone, reimagined.
Tweak and adjust.
Tweak and adjust.
Tweak and adjust.
Tweak and adjust.
Tweak and adjust, darling.
But, very exciting show. We had our first curse word uttered live on the air.
Wow, Teresa, you get the honor.
That's right.
Potty mouth.
I'm going
That's
to have to
right.
beep it out
But
in the
change
audio
our
show.
live stream rating now.
You'll take it out though, right?
I don't know.
It's live. We can't
Yeah,
edit
but-
live stream. That's good.
You can't?
No, it's good to go.
Can't
now.
edit the live stream feed. No, the live stream archive will have it in it. We
I do
can't
just want to say that someone commented when you said that. She kisses her children with that mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, but okay. Never mind. Never mind.
It's the first. It won't be the last. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. No, that'll be edited out of what goes up on YouTube.
It'll be edited out of YouTube.
The live stream archive we can't edit.
No, unless we completely delete the post.
And we're not going to do that. So,
Once on the internet, always on the internet.
Your shame will follow you for the rest of your life.
Hopefully, my mother will never find out.
Okay, send her a link.
She'd have to have a computer.
Oh Lord. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they're the
simple folk.
They're the Waltons.
They're simple folk.
They're simple folk.
Okay.
It still cracks me up that my mother's on the internet. She's actually my mother's probably watching. My mother's been watching.
Hi, Miss Madeline.
Hi, Madeline.
So
She
Ma,
heard me curse.
she cursed. I didn't. Because when we told my mother we were doing live shows, she's like, "No, you watch.
Yeah.
You watch your language." But no, so congratulations, Teresa. It's a lovely distinction for you to have. All right, that is going to do it for our new show for this week. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next time with another edition of the Diz Unplugged. Thanks for listening, everyone, and remember, stay out of the damn lakes.